In the quiet town of Maplewood, Ohio, where autumn leaves whispered secrets to the wind, Emily Carter walked into her classroom one crisp morning. The air smelled of chalk dust and fresh pencils, a familiar comfort in her chaotic life. At 35, Emily was a dedicated third-grade teacher at Lincoln Elementary, but the job barely paid the bills. Her small apartment leaked when it rained, and she often skipped meals to afford supplies for her students. Yet, her heart beat for those kids, the ones with bright eyes and endless questions. Emily's day started like any other. She adjusted her faded blue cardigan, smoothed her ponytail, and greeted her class with a warm smile. "Good morning, everyone. Let's make today wonderful." The children settled in, their voices a soft hum. Among them sat Tommy Jenkins, a skinny 8-year-old with tousled brown hair and clothes that hung loose on his frame. Tommy came from a family on the edge. His single mom worked 2 jobs, and they lived in a run-down trailer park. He often arrived hungry, his lunch a simple peanut butter sandwich if he was lucky. As the morning lesson on addition unfolded, Emily noticed Tommy fidgeting. His pencil scratched slowly across the paper, but his eyes darted to the window. During recess, the trouble began. A group of older boys cornered Tommy near the playground fence. "Look at his shoes full of holes," one sneered. They pushed him, laughing as he stumbled. Tommy's face crumbled, but he didn't cry out. Emily saw it from across the yard. Her heart tightened like a fist. She marched over, her steps firm but calm. "Boys, that's enough. We treat everyone with kindness here." The bullies scattered, muttering apologies. Tommy looked up at her, his eyes wide with gratitude. "Thank you, Miss Carter," he whispered. But word spread quickly. The boys' parents were influential in the town of wealthy families who donated to the school. By afternoon, Principal Hargrove summoned Emily to his office. Mr. Hargrove was a stern man in his 60s, with a gray mustache and a tie always too tight. "Emily, I've had complaints. You embarrassed those boys in front of everyone. We can't have teachers overstepping." "Overstepping?" Emily's voice was steady, though her hands trembled. "They were bullying Tommy. He's just a child, and he has it hard enough." Hargrove leaned back in his creaky chair, the room heavy with the scent of old coffee. "Tommy's family is problematic. We don't need more drama. You're fired, effective immediately. Clear out your desk." The words hit like a cold wave. Emily stood there, frozen, as the world blurred. Fired for protecting a child? She gathered her things in silence, the classroom echoing with emptiness. Students peeked in, confused. Tommy hugged her leg before she left. "Don't go, Ms. Carter." That evening, Emily sat alone in her apartment, rain pattering against the window, bills piled on the table, rent due, car payment looming. She had poured her soul into teaching, sacrificing weekends and evenings for lesson plans. Now, at her lowest, doubt crept in. Was standing up worth it? The town gossiped. Job prospects seemed dim. She applied everywhere, but rejections came swiftly. Weeks turned into months. Emily took odd jobs, waitressing at a diner, tutoring on the side, but her spirit dimmed. Tommy's face haunted her dreams, a reminder of why she fought. One gray afternoon, as Emily scrolled job listings on her old laptop, an email arrived. Interview opportunity at Riverside Elementary. It was a school in the neighboring district, known for its progressive approach. Emily's hand shook as she prepared. She ironed her best blouse, practiced her smile in the mirror. "You can do this," she told herself. The interview day dawned with a soft sunrise, painting the sky in gentle pinks. Riverside Elementary stood tall, its brick walls welcoming under blooming cherry trees. Emily entered the principal's office, heart pounding. Behind the desk sat Miss Elena Rodriguez, a woman in her 40s with warm brown eyes and a kind smile. Her office smelled of fresh flowers, a vase of daisies on the windowsill. "Miss Carter, please sit," Miss Rodriguez said, her voice smooth like honey. "I've read your resume. Impressive dedication. Tell me about your last position." Emily hesitated, then spoke truthfully. "I was fired for defending a student, a poor boy named Tommy. He was being bullied, and I couldn't stand by." Miss Rodriguez nodded slowly, her expression thoughtful. "I see. And how did that make you feel?" "Devastated," Emily admitted, her voice cracking. "But I'd do it again. Children like Tommy need advocates." The principal leaned forward, her gaze steady. "Emily, That's exactly why I want you here. We value teachers who protect the vulnerable. You're hired starting next week." Relief washed over Emily like a gentle tide. She blinked back tears. "Thank you. I won't let you down." As Emily began at Riverside, the change was profound. The school buzzed with energy, classrooms filled with colorful posters and laughter. Her new students were diverse, some from affluent homes, others struggling like Tommy. Miss Rodriguez checked in often, offering support. "How's the class settling?" she'd ask, her presence a quiet anchor, but tension simmered beneath the surface. Emily learned that Riverside faced budget cuts. Some parents pushed for stricter rules, echoing Hargrove's ways. One day, a similar incident arose. A girl named Mia, from a low-income family, forgot her homework. Wealthier kids teased her during group work. "Poor Mia can't even afford paper," one whispered. Emily's instincts flared. She paused the lesson, her voice calm. "Class, remember, kindness first." "Mia, let's talk after." Word reached Miss Rodriguez. Emily braced for reprimand, memories of her firing fresh. Instead, the principal called her in with a smile. "I heard about Mia. Good job stepping in." Emily exhaled. "I was worried it'd cause trouble." "Not here," Miss Rodriguez replied. "In fact, I have an idea. Let's start a program of kindness circles. Weekly meetings where kids share stories, build empathy." "You lead it." The proposal ignited something in Emily. She dove in, planning sessions with care. The first circle gathered in the library, sunlight filtering through windows. Children sat in a ring, sharing quietly. Tommy, even though from another school, visited once, invited by Emily. "I feel safe now," he shared, his voice small but strong. As weeks passed, the program grew. Parents noticed changes: fewer fights, more friendships. Emily's confidence bloomed. She no longer skipped meals. Her apartment felt like home again. But rising tension came from outside. The district board, influenced by conservative voices, questioned the soft approach. "We need discipline, not coddling," one member argued at a meeting Emily attended, her heart racing. Miss Rodriguez defended fiercely. "Our kids thrive on compassion. Look at the results: attendance up, bullying down." The board debated, voices rising like a storm. Emily spoke up, her words measured. "I've seen what happens without protection. Children suffer. This works." In the quiet aftermath, the board approved funding. Relief spread through the school like warmth from a fire. Then came the gentle twist. One evening, Miss Rodriguez invited Emily to dinner at a cozy cafe. Copyright. Over steaming soup, she revealed her story. "I was like Tommy on poor, overlooked. A teacher saved me. That's why I hired you. And now, I want you as vice principal. You've changed everything here." Emily's eyes widened. "Me? But I'm just you're exactly who we need." Miss Rodriguez interrupted gently. "Say yes." Emily did. The promotion brought stability, a better salary, respect. She mentored new teachers, expanded kindness circles district-wide. Tommy's mom reached out. The boy was thriving, inspired by Emily's stand. Years later, on a serene spring day, Emily stood in her office, now principal herself. Miss Rodriguez had retired, passing the torch. Looking out at the playground, Emily watched children play freely, no one cornered, no one alone. She reflected on her journey from struggle to strength. Standing up hadn't been easy, but it trickled outward, touching lives. In quiet moments, she whispered to herself, it was worth it. And to anyone listening, perhaps a teacher in doubt, a child in need, Emily's story whispers, protect the vulnerable. Change starts with one act of kindness. What will yours be?